Come this weekend, fans of one of our local hockey teams will have a chance to do some happy reminiscing. New York 1's Bud Mishkin has that story.
Saturday night here at the Nassau Coliseum, the Islanders will retire the number 31. There are many names that are synonymous with the Rangers-Islanders rivalry: Trottier, Maloney, Bossy, but none perhaps as symbolic of the intensity of the rivalry as Billy Smith. The Islanders showed off Smith's jersey at a gathering inside the Coliseum Wednesday. Billy the Kid was the goalie that led the Islanders to 4 straight Stanley Cups in the early 1980s. Much of the talk, as Smith reminisced, dealt with his aggressive, feisty, and yes, controversial style of play.
Even when I was a kid, I always liked the bumping and grinding, and in a lot of the games we even played off the ice. I enjoyed the physical contact. So I just carried it over into my hockey, whether I knew they were running me or not. I knew if somebody was going to interfere with me while I'm trying to make a save, I'd make them pay.
Brian Trottier says even teammates weren't spared Smith's stick work in front of the net.
So I kind of moved into the front of the net, and next thing you know, my ankle was absolutely going numb. And Smitty had absolutely chopped my ankle just trying to clear the front of his own nets. I mean, he didn't care who stood in front of his net. God forbid it was the referee. He felt the wrath of Smitty's stick.
During the playoffs, Smith excelled. He also spoke to no one before the game. Not teammates, not fans, not even friends of the team.
We're playing in the finals against Minnesota in 1981, and we're walking down the corridor out to the ice. And Edie Minkoff, who's Jeff Minkoff's wife, he's the orthopedic doctor for the team, just went and kind of tapped Smitty on the head as he was walking by the corridor. I said, "Good luck, Smitty." Well, his stick came up like a flash, and he ended up busting her wrist. And, you know, he didn't even lose a step. He just kept going, kept walking.
Half the teams we played, I didn't even know the players. And I didn't want to know the players. Because I always said, if you don't know the guy, then you're not going to let up on him. And that was just my theory.
One of those opposing players is now the Islanders' general manager. Don Maloney says the intensity of the Islanders-Rangers rivalry of those days did not abate at season's end.
There was no love lost, and it could be in the middle of June or July, and as much as you'd be cordial, that's probably where it ended. And you'd say hello and how are you, nice to see you, and then both people would probably look for the exit because they wouldn't want to be in the same room.
Did you ever, in maybe a weak moment, think about you're a feisty player, they're a feisty crowd, what it would be like if you ever wore the Ranger uniform?
Oh, hey, definitely. At one point it almost happened.
What was that?
But it was a while ago when Phil Esposito was there, you know. Phil had approached me when I was on my option year, like after, you know, and I had thought about it.
Thought about it, but stayed with the Islanders. Smith will see his jersey raised Saturday, and if you think in his older years he has any regrets about his controversial style of play, think again.
When you start reminiscing, it's never the pretty goals or the anything else. It's all the stuff that happens during the game and that. And half the times the crazy stuff that I did was on the, you know, most talked about. I don't regret anything I did. I kind of enjoyed it.
At the Nassau Coliseum, Bud Mishkin, New York 1.
And the time of Saturday's game at the Nassau Coliseum has been changed to 2 in the afternoon.